And for the record, he's not on dating apps anymore. You saying it like you're sitting there swiping all day on your lunch break. He's not on dating apps. And I'm not either. We're off. We're retired. Right?
Right.
This is about love, it's about heartbreak, and it's about hope.
We're here to help you find and keep the relationship you desire. Let's dive in. What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in. We're here to talk about, can you find love on dating apps?
Can you?
I think so.
All right, well, we've got some stories. We both have been on dating apps. Good experiences, and obviously the good experiences, we found each other, and we've had some bad experiences.
Sometimes you have to go through the bad in order to get to the good.
They say good judgment is built from bad judgment. So if we can share some things today that will give you some guidance, help, and hope for using apps to find love, that's what we want to do.
We have both definitely been catfished. I think I have the more humorous story in this video. Check it out in the card. You're probably gonna have to go towards the halfway point, but don't forget about Big Nikki. So here's the deal. You are fresh out of a divorce or fresh out of a relationship. You go to work, you go home, you take care of the children, you have a career. You do not have time to be going out to meet people. So what do? You
You get on a dating app.
You download Tinder,
Bumble, Match.
Plenty of Fish.
I haven't tried that. Okay, so why use dating apps? Well, I got on a dating app because the work I do, I'm working one-on-one coaching people, sitting in a little therapy office. I don't really see other humans besides my clients and my 3 kids. So that's pretty, I just don't meet people. I live in a small town, and my town is known for how amazing it is to retire in it. So most of the people in over 55, almost everything closes at 10 o'clock at night. It's just not a town for someone to be single in, and it's not a town that I was going to meet anybody in. So, and I was very particular. I knew exactly what I was looking for in multiple areas, and I'm a more complex person, and I needed someone that could match that mentally, physically. Fitness is important to me. So to find someone my age that met those parameters in my town was not going to happen. So I got on some dating apps.
And she went global and found me. I got on a dating app because I'm similar, right? I have a very demanding business, and it requires me to be on the road a lot. It requires me to meet with clients and customers quite a bit. I have 4 children, and I'm a single dad, and all of that requires every inch of my time that I have. For me to step away from, the things that I care about and the things that I'm responsible for, and to go physically meet someone out in a store or wherever, which I'm comfortable with doing, but my time is limited. Online dating for me is a path to cut my time from eating lunch or dinner or on a break or something. I can look and say, okay, well, what possibilities do I have in this area? And the possibilities, although they seem plentiful, I live in Atlanta, seems very materialistic and very unfruitful, to say the least. So that is why I got on a dating app. Atlanta is not friendly to me, and I guess I went on a global search, and here we are.
And for the record, he's not on dating apps anymore. You saying it like you're sitting there swiping all day on your lunch break. He's not on dating apps. And I'm not either. We're off. We're retired. Right?
Right. You're probably wondering, can I find love on this dating app? Is love possible here? Because we all want to be loved, and we really want the least path of resistance, and we want something quick, easy, and efficient. There's a chance that it can be found, and I think this is how you do it. What we're going to do here is we're going to share tips for men and women. 3 tips each that will gain you successful traction in online dating on your quest to find love.
And these are coming from experts who learned by failing a whole bunch of times.
Too many times.
So we got each other. So you can take our tips and not have to go through all that.
The first thing I would say is make sure you're ready for a relationship. I know a lot of men that are ready to go on to the next relationship, that say that they're ready to go to the relationship, but there are things that absolutely must be worked out and must be worked through and must be taking the time to heal from things that you have encountered before.
My tip would be set the parameters and do not budge from them. So the parameters, each app has different parameters that you can set of things that are like your deal breakers. And one of them is if you're just looking for fun or if you're looking for a relationship. If you really want a relationship, don't put on there that you're just looking for fun, or reply to guys who have that as their status if that's not what you want. So you have to be really truthful when you set your parameters. If you have a certain thing, like kids is a big one. If you know you're done having kids, or if you know you really, really want to have at least one or not two more kids, set your parameters and do not compromise them. Even no matter how attractive they look, no matter how great your initial conversation is.
Yep.
If that person didn't set theirs and you find out that they actually say they want kids and you're done, or say they don't want kids and you know for sure you do, don't even go past the first conversation. You're just setting yourself up for heartbreak. So it could be like, oh shoot, you know, this, you seem so amazing, we're just gonna have to let it go. Or if you know you're not good at long distance relationships and you set your parameters for like a 20-mile radius or 30-mile radius, don't compromise on it. As someone from, you know, a state 1,000 miles away, it seems so amazing, and you just know yourself as you're not going to do well in a long distance relationship. Don't compromise. So when you set those parameters, be very specific, be picky, and don't compromise from that no matter how good someone seems.
The more that you give time and attention to what you don't want, the longer you postpone the time for what you do want. When I say make sure that you're done with the relationship, I mean stop playing around. I don't know, like some men like to stack people up like collector's items. Be done. And when I say done, I mean completely done with your old relationships, because how can you advance and find something new when you're repeating the same cycle and not letting go of the people that you've had encounters with in the past? I would also add, men, therapy is okay. Hey, sometimes you can get into a relationship that really requires some work for you to get past. So if it takes therapy for you to get through, then come to your relationship when you're ready for this. Come to the relationship whole.
Okay, ladies, here's another one for you. When you're making your profile, be very selective about the pictures you put in there. If you are an attractive female, save that card. Put pictures of your face, put pictures of things you love to do, like if you love to dance or if you love to play golf or if you love to shop, whatever. Put pictures in your element doing those things. The bikini shots, the flattering, sexy body shots, you're only going to be attracting somebody for the wrong reasons.
And
if
man,
you're truly entering a dating app to find love, that's what this video is about, not just to, you know, go on dates, but if you're really trying to find love, don't approach a relationship that way, just with physical. Like, you can save that and he can be super impressed, you know, for the first date, but find somebody that's really attracted to who you are and watch what kind of pictures you put out there.
yes, a man is gonna know if you're fine or not. When you put the pictures of your face out there, a man that really pays attention, he's gonna know whether you fat or not by your face. All right, some people put a face up and they fat from the neck up.
I would say for men, also for your pictures, I know some guys are like not into cameras and selfies and phones, but it matters. Like if you have a blurry picture in your bathroom mirror, you're not gonna get as many women, even though you might be a super great guy, you're not gonna get as many women interested because it looks like you didn't put effort into it, or it looks like, you know, you don't, you're not putting your best self out there. So put time and intentionality into your pictures and let them really show who you are as a person, not just if you're super attractive or have certain body parts. You know, guys, you don't need to have pictures with your shirts off either. I mean, you're just if you're looking for love, like that's not gonna get you a woman that loves you. That's gonna get a woman who thinks you're hot and probably wants to have sex with you. Which, if you want that, that's great, but it's not gonna get you love.
Right, and to men, like with the shirts off, if you wear a nice form-fitting shirt, that woman's gonna know that you're built, you got a good physique, you got muscle. They can tell through the shirt. It is a sad day when everyone on this entire platform has seen you at your bare, in the raw, and the person that you are navigating love with and navigating your journey with has been slighted because everybody else has seen the goods before she has.
Here's another tip for guys. Take time to write in your profile. A quality woman is going to read that. I just don't even, and for ladies, I would say do not even entertain a guy who hasn't taken the time to write anything in his profile. He's either not vulnerable enough. A lot of guys just say, ask me questions, because they're not vulnerable enough to put themselves out there. And if they're not vulnerable enough to even write a paragraph or take the time to sit down, yeah, it might be hard. But I would say swipe. That guy's not probably a great communicator. Is going to set you up for a tough time in a relationship. And for men,
yes.
even if it's hard, even if writing's not your thing, get a friend to help you. But really take the time to write the profile. It says a lot about
female friend.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
To help you say, how do you put yourself out there in a way, even if it's uncomfortable or you're not a good writer, take the time to do it.
My next tip would definitely be, falls in line with something that she said earlier, be honest about what you want.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you being upfront and honest, and everybody can manage their expectations on it. That nobody's disappointed about what you said and something that you didn't follow through on. Because when you're making sure your expectations are met, the best thing that you can do in a relationship is to show someone. You're talking about these expectations, you want to manage your expectations, but the best thing that you can do is to show someone your actions through showing up and being there and doing the things that you say you want and that you desire, rather than just lip service.
Ladies, and this is again, we're talking about dating apps for finding love, not just for dating and having fun. If you're looking to find love, don't answer a guy that starts his first line with like, hey beautiful, or gosh, you're so beautiful, or hey sexy. Just, if that's the only thing the man has to approach you with, he's probably not the kind of guy you can build a relationship with. And men, really work on your opening line, because women get a lot of those lines. They're just gonna pass you by because they have 10 other guys saying, hey beautiful, hey you're so cute, hey you're so pretty. And it's not, think of something more stimulating or interesting to open a conversation with. Like, actually take time to read the profile and then say something like, hey, I loved when you said this about yourself. It shows you took the time to actually read her profile.
Right, you read that profile and give compliments. Give compliments on the things that maybe most people aren't giving compliments on. You can always find something to compliment someone on. It's a beautiful thing when you can keep the compliments out of anything physical. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's too easy and cheap.
Sometimes, women, you need to know this too. Men require and desire mental stimulation. I wouldn't be sitting here with this woman right now if she could not massage my mind. She gives me mental and intellectual stimulation. Some men require that. So when men are engaging you, ladies, and on Bumble, women go first, and you come back with the standard hi, you're one of the people that I swipe left on, because that's not communication. Try communicating with the guy, because guys like that too. Detailed communication, intellectual communication.
And I have a bonus tip. Pay attention to what's in the background of people's pictures. For example, if they have like 5 to 7 pictures and 3 or 4 of them they're holding alcohol, that person probably really likes to drink. Okay, like beyond what's normal. And if that fits you and you really like to drink too, you might be a great match. But if the person's like teetering on alcohol problems, and every social event for that person involves alcohol, and you're not a big drinker, or you've had a bad experience in the past with someone who was an alcoholic, or it's not a lifestyle you're trying to lead, pay attention to the background of those things. It doesn't mean you're judging the person, but it might mean if that person reaches out to you, the first question you ask is like, hey, so it looks like you like to drink. Tell me about that.
I just like solo cups.
Yeah, it's Kool-Aid. But pay attention to the background. If you, really hate being outside, say you have bad allergies, you don't like bugs, whatever, and the person, say a guy messages you and a lot of his pictures are in nature, you're probably not going to be very happy together, because he's going to be happy being outside hunting and fishing, and you're going to be miserable.
Why you got to go hunting all the time?
Pay attention to the background of the pictures, not just what the person writes, not just how they look in their pictures, but what are they doing? What are they like? What are their lifestyle? What are these events that the person likes to do? What's their environment? And can you see yourself, can you see that matching for you long term?
Yeah.
Be picky. You should be picky. There's thousands of people. There's thousands of men, thousands of women on those sites. You can be picky.
hundreds of thousands, millions.
For me, I had a couple things that were my standards, easy swipes. If the person was wearing sunglasses, if the man was wearing sunglasses, it was a swipe. Because to me, that shows somebody who's like trying to be cool or like not vulnerable enough to show their face. Also, if they didn't smile in any of the pictures, that was a swipe. Because smiling is another thing that's very vulnerable. And I know that for me, I wanted like intimacy and good emotional connection. And emotionally unavailable people tend to hide for themselves and they don't feel vulnerable fully expressing a smile or wearing sunglasses. So for me, and I know that's like psychological profiling, but I would just swipe. I'm sorry. Like if you can't put a picture of yourself smiling or a picture with showing your eyes, like that to me is hiding.
Yeah, my hard no was people that don't work out. That was the easy hard no for me. Being active is such a big part of my life that I had to have that. And know this too, men and women date differently. So men, if you are a serial dater and you are going through the hierarchy of who you like the most, don't string this woman along and let her think that she has a shot and she's been downgraded on the list. If you're dating 3 people and she fell in the rankings, you don't have to let her know that she fell in the rankings, but you can just let her, allow her to bow out gracefully. Look, I like you, but you don't quite meet the needs that I'm looking for. I wish you well in your dating success. But honesty is key in you finding your love.
So in conclusion, yes, you can find love online. We found each other.
Yeah, we did.
We found each other.
We didn't. It's a video. Watch the video.
Okay, watch the
This is how we found
video
each
for our
other.
story, but we did find each other through online, kind of.
It was a hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid. Then I saw him on Instagram, but anyway, stories on the video. But in conclusion, yes, you can find love online, and some parameters are when you get on these dating apps, be very intentional about your parameters, what it is that you really can see matching up for you in life and what you can see is really not, and don't waver from those. So when you set the age, the distance, the status with kids, smoker, non-smoker, alcohol, religion, to really think about that. Like be picky, be selective, and set the parameters right. Secondly, notice not just the picture of the person, but the background of the picture, what they're doing, what their lifestyle's like. Actually take time to write a good profile, men especially for you. I've seen so many who didn't take time to write anything, but that's really important. Ladies, if a guy does not write anything, he's probably not a great communicator. He's probably not vulnerable enough to share about himself, and I would watch out for that.
My concluding takeaways are: make sure you're ready for this relationship. Be honest and upfront about what your desires are, and above being honest and upfront, nothing is gonna matter more than your actions, because you can say one thing, but ultimately actions reign supreme. And my last takeaway is to ensure that you do not have a double standard. Don't look for actions that you say you desire, or you want this person to possess, but you don't have those standards yourself. You want a fine person, you want a person that works out, but you don't do any of those things. Hold yourself accountable and seek the things that you're seeking in this person out here. Make sure that you're doing those things yourself. As you're on your journey and you're on your quest to find love and you're experiencing these online dating apps, feel free to hit us up with any questions that you have. Follow us at our Instagram, DM us, or send messages or questions here. We would love to help you navigate through your questions, your difficult spots where you don't understand what this woman is doing, you don't understand what this man is doing. We're here to encourage you on your love journey, and we're here to make sure that everybody can be madly and deeply in love with their person. Send this to someone that you feel has challenges because they're getting on these apps, swiping and swiping and swiping. The next thing you know, 2 hours has passed and they just wasted time. Be sure to like this video, comment below with your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and send this to a friend or 2 or 10 that you know needs this. So keep healing.
Keep hoping.
And keep love alive. The more that you focus on being intentional about this love, the closer you are to manifesting it. We'll see you in the next video.